Where do we go? What do we throw? Find out now from your boy, Mac. It's Mac's Stratbook. Hey friendos, and welcome back to Mac's Stratbook. Today we're going to be looking at a few smokes for the middle area of Mirage. Anyway, we'll stop beating around the bush and we'll get straight into it. Okay, so one of the most basic and important smokes you can learn to get yourself a bit of mid control is the top mid smoke. You jump up here on the trash can, look at this part of the antenna, this pointy boy, top right, left click throw. That'll pop just here, and it will allow you to cross from the safety of top mid over to the boxes. Alternatively, this isn't a lineup, but for another top mid smoke, if you're about to come out mid, you're still safe here before you peek con. You can just run, throw your smoke towards the edge there, and that'll pop roughly in the same position as the top mid smoke you learnt before. So another necessary smoke that you see most teams throw almost every single round when they're going for mid control is the window smoke. So come up in the corner here at the bin, you look at the right side of this crack in the wall and just put your crosshair right here. You're going to strafe left with A, and as your crosshair reaches right here, this area here, you do a jump throw. So just like this. That'll smoke off window and allow you to come out top mid relatively safely. Alternatively, from the same position, you can stand here and put your crosshair right here on the first sort of metal pole that goes over on the door, right at the top there on the T section. So once you're here, you press D and then jump throw. And this smoke will land on the right side, bounce around for a little bit. It's harder for the CTs to block this smoke as well, which is something you see in advanced plate, but it will do the same job as the one previously. Another smoke for window, which you can use on 64-tick servers instead, because the jump throw binder doesn't really work in MM, is if you walk up to here, on this dark mark, you line your crosshair up here at the top. So from this point here, you want it to line up with this point here. So your crosshair will be roughly here. Then you're just going to run forward and then let go before you hit the fence. That will smoke window eventually. Another option for a window smoke is from the top of mid. If you're stuck here and you want less CTs watching you, less angles to worry about on your way from this position, is you put your crosshair here halfway up the antenna where the cross section is. You do a run throw. That'll bounce off the wall and smoke window effectively. Another option for a window smoke is from the back of apartments. You need to line yourself right up on the corner here of the shadow. Put your crosshair there where the antenna just crosses the electric wire. Left click throw. That'll bounce off the corner there, pop in the middle. Do the same thing as all the other smokes do. A relatively useful smoke for a short push at mid is if you want to smoke top con early on, and you can do that from the spawn by standing in the corner next to the bin here. Crouch, you line your crosshair up with the inside corner of the window right there. You're going to crab walk forward, and as you crab walk forward, once you reach this position here, right there, you're going to do a jump throw. It'll give you just enough speed to get the smoke all the way over. If you do it any earlier, it won't land. And it'll smoke it perfectly just like that after taking a few bounces. Another top con smoke that you can learn is from the top of mid. We covered this in a previous video, but it is relatively simple if you have the smoke crosshair. So what you want to do is you hold your smoke bind down. You're going to line the left up with the antenna and the bottom between the barcode and the edge of the sticker. Left click throw. And that'll bounce effectively, similar to the other one, to the top of con. Alright, so another con smoke you can throw that smokes the bottom of con rather than the top is from back of apartments here. You walk up into the corner until you stop moving, put your crosshair right next to this darker, well not darker, but more prominent area of concrete just to the left there. Left click throw it, and it'll bounce perfectly onto the third stair from the top. And the CTs can barely see over the top of that, so you should be pretty safe if you make your way up short. A smoke for short, if you want to try to get up con as well, is from this corner in T-spawn. You line yourself up here, and there's this dark dot there. You put it right in the middle of the window in line with that dark dot. You can do a jump throw, and it'll eventually come down here, bounce off the roof, and then make its way onto short, denying any vision from CTs trying to play from short. Alternatively, there is another smoke you can learn from the top of mid. You stand in this cutout here, look right at the point of the antenna there, left click throw. And that'll smoke off short again for you. Another short smoke you can throw is from the top mid here. If you walk up into the middle of the pole, put your crosshair in line with this this little bit of wood that's poking out, straight up in line and a little bit higher than the jutty bit of wood. Just left click throw. That'll bounce a few times and smoke off short and ladder for you. A short progression smoke you can learn as well is from T-spawn. If you walk up into this corner here till you stop moving. So once you're in the corner, you want the bottom of the smoke crosshair to line up on the angled part of the wall there, and the left of it to line up with the top of the roof. So you should have your crosshair looking something like this, and then you'll do a jump throw, and that will bounce a couple of times on the wall, land right there. and it will give you lots of vision as you go for the short push. Okay, we'll move into a couple of mid smokes that you can utilize on the CT side. First one we'll look at is the top mid smoke, which has been pretty popular since the skyboxes have been removed. So to line up this smoke, you want to stand in the corner here. You look at this cross section of the antenna and then go straight down until you're on the power line. Then you're going to strafe to your left and then do a jump throw before you hit the tank. So it'll look just like that. So the smoke should just bounce there, land at the top of mid right here like that. Cover everything off and you should be able to push mid and get control on the CT side. Alternatively, to throw the same smoke, you can walk into this cutout here on short, put your crosshair on the right window, but on the left side of the right window, right at the top, a little bit above the frame, then do a jump throw. We'll come in, bounce off the wall there, land right on the edge and bounce back, and it should cover the same area as before. This is very good if you want to take mid-round mid control. So if you are the short player, you can run and throw a short smoke just like that. It'll pop in the middle. You should be able to cross up here and jump up on the fence. Little tip, if you keep your head down when you're holding S and crouching, you go straight up onto this and no one will spot you jump too high, because you can do that and then the T's might see you. And while you're up here as well, if there's any T's at the top of mid, you should be able to see their heads if they're standing a little bit too far back from the boxes. If you are the connector player, a smoke you can throw to clear underpass when you're playing mid so the top mid players can't see you is keep your crosshair roughly in this area, a little bit higher than the stairs but lower than this bit here. While you're running, just left click throw, should bounce and allow you to run out. Just clear underpass like this. And then get back to safety. Another smoke you can use if you are a con player is just on the fly, just throw your smoke there. You should be able to peek over the top of it. A lot of T's are ready for this usually, but you can see that there is a one-way there, just barely. But terrorists are usually spotting this nowadays. Cheeky one-way you can throw if you want to play from the bottom of mid as well is if you walk into this corner, if you make it out window before the T's are clear top mid as well, that usually will allow you the timing to do this. Look at this stair here, just right click. It'll bounce on that there. You won't be seen from lowers, but you can actually use the smoke as a one-way to clear top mid. And the top mid players won't expect you there usually, unless you've done it a few times. So it could be a little bit of a mix-up that you can throw into your strats. Anyway, friendos, I hope you've all learnt a thing or two from the video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like. Any feedback is welcome in the comments. And hit that sub button as well to keep up with all the Mackie made goodness. I'll catch you all on the flippity flop.